What's going on, guys? Talk Norwich City here, back with Chris Reeve. Today we're going to be doing a Q&A we put out on Twitter for some questions. So that's what we're going to be doing, answering questions, eating Doritos, drinking water.
Always the water, mate.
And dipping in Nando's sauce. Let's get straight into it. Right, Chris, first question's from Joe at Simply House. And first of all, thanks for your question. He asks, except for Ipswich, the away day you're looking forward to most for next season?
Reading?
Burton?
Yeah, Burton.
I'm looking forward to Burton. Leeds is always a good one. Who else? Barnsley. That's a new ground for me.
God, it's all so grim, isn't it?
There's a few ones though. Burton, I'm looking forward to.
Scum, though, obviously.
Yeah, Ipswich is going to be the highlight. But yeah, there's a few good teams and a lot of new grounds for me next season as well. Right, question here from our friend Daniel Child. He says, compared to the other Premier League teams who were relegated, how do you think Norwich will fare? All the best with the channel. Thank you.
I think that's an interesting question. I think that Villa and Newcastle will struggle because it's not as easy just coming down and being able to spank teams every week. Team morale and chemistry is actually so much more important in the Championship because you can't just rely on individual players getting you out of trouble. Last season, Newcastle, they had a few key players that could get them out of trouble. Next season, if they go 1 or 2-0 down, I just can't see them coming back. I just don't think they've got that fight and they've not got that team spirit. Norwich City have that team spirit, and that's why we will have the edge over Villa and Newcastle next season.
Okay. I don't think we'll necessarily have the edge over Newcastle. I think we will over Villa. I think they're in a different situation to Newcastle. I think it was huge for Newcastle to keep hold of Rafa Benitez. That's a massive one. For me, I think Newcastle will go up. I don't think it'll be as easy as everyone's saying. I think it's different for them this time around. They haven't got a British core base. If they keep hold of Townsend and Shelby, that would be huge. But if they let them go, I know Wijnaldum's considering his future there. Newcastle, the thing they've got is they've got a ton of fans going through the gates. They've got a good manager. They've got a board who now haven't changed completely, but they've given a lot more responsibility to the manager.
They've got some more common sense about them.
Yeah, I think they needed to. Newcastle, I like Newcastle as a club. They don't deserve to be in the Championship. Well, they do deserve to be in the Championship because they weren't good enough last season, but they're not a Championship club. I think Newcastle will go up. I think Norwich will get playoffs, and I think Villa will be roughly mid-table.
Interesting.
Right, next question. Scoops at Kyman Super. Guess it's Simon Cooper. He says, do you think the summer will be underwhelming in terms of signings?
I don't think so, actually. I think the club have had a kick up the arse from last season when we were on our holidays after Wembley. I think they've learnt their lesson. I think Ed Balls and the new chief exec will do everything they can to sell some good quality players. Sign some good quality players, but sell some dead weight as well. I feel like that's just as important as signing players. So I actually think it'll be a very good summer for signings. I really genuinely believe that.
Yeah, I hope we learn from past mistakes. I'm sure the work's already going on now to reshuffle the scouting. I don't think the scouting's been great for the past 4, 5, 6 years. No. I think the new chief executive will have an impact, not a massive impact, but an impact. I think we'll certainly spend money. And selling players is going to be crucial as well. If it's the likes of Redmond, Close, getting the right money for them, and getting rid of dead weight, the likes of Malumbu. I don't want to say he's dead weight, but I don't think he's
just plays that are service to requirements, basically.
Yeah. I think it will be a good summer. I don't think it's going to be outstanding, but I think it will be better than previous seasons.
Yeah.
Another question here from Jack at Jack NSNO. He says, will Naismith stay at Norwich, and if he does, do you think he can get you up?
Naismith will stay at Norwich. It's pretty clear from his interviews with the Scottish national team that he will be staying at Norwich City. I'm personally in the Naismith fan club. I know that you're not, Jack. No. I feel that a massive thing about the Championship is space and time. Yes, it's very competitive. Yes, it's very physical. Premier League, no time, no space. Championship, a lot more of it. And I feel like players like Wes and Naismith can have such a big impact next season. I can see Naismith really doing well for us next season.
Okay, I think the only reason I'd like to see Naismith sold for a good price is I think Naismith's a good player, and I think he'd do well in the Championship. My only argument would be we've got 2 central attacking midfields in the club at the moment. Maddison, who I don't think is going to play the majority of the season, but I think it's crucial for him to develop as a player. And we've got Wes Houlihan, who we all know is class. Now, I don't see Naismith fitting at being a winger. I don't think he's a winger. We know that.
Do you not think him and Wes swapping would be strategically quite good? Because
I think it would.
Let's
but
be
that
realistic,
means
though.
Madison gets pretty much cut out.
I don't think.
Do you,
Is Madison ready?
no,
for Championship
that is an
football?
argument, and
I feel like he's on the bench, and I'm not saying don't start him and don't play him. I'd love to see him play, but I think that you need players that you know will get you promoted. Play Wes, he will definitely play a huge factor in creativity and scoring goals. Naismith, yes, he's not really played in the Championship, but Championship is basically Scottish level anyway, so he's got experience of being rough, and I feel like that would work quite well.
I'm putting it out there. I would have no problem with Naismith staying if he wants to be at the football club. If he doesn't want to be here, I wouldn't put up a fight.
That goes for all of them. Yeah.
Right, we've got a question here from Tom Skies, not Norwich related. He's put, how well do you think England will perform in Euro 2016, which is of course coming up very soon?
I think we'll do well.
Yeah,
I think we'll do well. I think we'd be looking at quarters, semis. I think we could be a surprise package again. England have got my hopes up. You look at the team, some of the exciting players come through. Ali, Deer as well, and there's some Vardy as well. Deer. You've got some Deer, where his name is. We will not be diabolical. We will do well.
Yeah, I think I'm slightly worried about the defence. I think going forwards, we're not too bad. At the end of the day, my expectations aren't too high. It's England. I think we'll do better than we did in the World Cup. It'd be pretty hard not to. I'm excited for Euro 2016. I think there's some strong teams in there. You look at France, Belgium, Germany, Spain are always going to be good. I think England will prove us wrong, and I like to see some players in there who haven't been in there. Rashford, I'm happy with that. Dele Alli, Deer.
These players have got a point to prove on the international stage.
And that's crucial because it hasn't been that way in previous years. So, I'm looking forward to it. Right, really interesting question here coming in from Tristan Long. He's put, what does the new chief executive need to bring into the club to get us back into the Premier League?
That's a huge question.
It is a big question.
Covers all sorts of topics. I feel like the new chief exec needs to bring back the spirit, the spirit that Norwich City had under Paul Lambert that has been lost since he's left. I don't like to go back and back in time and be negative, but if you look at the fighting spirit that we had then, that's the key to getting promoted straight away. If you focus on Norwich City Football Club as a business, we will do well, but not as well as we would do if you just ensure that we have that fighting spirit. That goes across the board, staff, players, the management, everyone. Yeah,
I think for me, the chief executive does a whole load of things that I don't think me or you could quite appreciate. I think there's a few things that need to be done. I think the ethos of the football club needs to be back to it's always been family orientated, but I think the fans need a better relationship with the club.
Yeah, I agree.
Chief executive sets that. I think we need to get away from this debt-free stuff. I think we need to take a hit for a couple of seasons.
Did you know we're debt-free, Jack?
We are debt-free, apparently. Apparently McNally's made us debt-free.
Oh, well, we go. Didn't know.
But yeah, just take a couple of hits, look long-term rather than short-term. McNally done a great job. I think we were tad tight at times. I think when we do invest, it needs to be properly. That means we need to shake up the scouting technique. And whoever the chief executive that comes in needs to have footballing knowledge. So for me, get the ethos right, get the fans on board, keep Alex Neil, switch the scouting, a whole load of things really.
Loads of stuff.
But investment, I guess, is the overriding bit. But yeah, good question from Tristan.